I welcome you all to session 6 of Audio System Engineering. Till now, we studied the elements connected in series, and when AC is passed through it, how it is going to behave. From today, we shall consider these passive elements connected in parallel and its behavior when the current is going to AC current is going to pass through it. Consider the parallel RL circuit, that is resistance are connected in parallel with inductance L. Okay, R is connected in parallel with L, inductance L. Okay, now this parallel combination is connected to the power supply, okay, whose RMS value is given as V and instantaneous voltage is given as Vm sine omega t. We shall consider the total circuit current. The current I, which is flowing to the circuit, is I. And this I, it splits into two parts here, depending upon the resistance value of each and every branch. Here in R, the resistance will be R in this branch, and the reactance, inductive reactance, will be XL in this branch. Depending upon those two values, this current I will be split into two components, that is IR and IL. This will be your circuit and the nature of the current. Now, we shall see, as usual, the drops across this resistance R, we can consider it as VR, and the drop across inductance L as VL, right? So this will be your circuit diagram. And let the applied voltage, this small v indicates instantaneous voltage. Instantaneous voltage, V is equal to Vm sine omega t, and resulting current is I, as indicated here. Now we shall consider the voltage drops across the individual elements. The voltage drop across resistor R is VR. VR is nothing but voltage is equal to current into resistance. Therefore, VR is equal to I into R. I into R. R is the resistance. So VR is equal to I into R, where V and I are in phase. In resistance, we know that the voltage across the resistance and the current flowing through the resistance are in phase with each other. And now consider the another element L, that is inductance L, which is connected in parallel with R. The voltage drop across inductance is represented as VL. This VL is given as I into inductive reactance. I into inductive reactance. Inductive reactance is represented as XL. We have seen that the current which flows through inductance L is going to lag the voltage across the inductance by 90 degree. So I lags V by 90 degree in the inductance. The voltage drop across R and L is the same. Why? Because they are connected in parallel. Since they are connected in parallel, the VR and VL will be same. The drop across resistance and the drop across voltage across inductance will be same, because both of them are connected in parallel. So therefore, what reference we can take to write the phasor diagram? In our previous circuits, we saw that we took I as the reference because I was a common factor which was flowing through all the components. But now the current through the individual elements is different. So therefore, you can't take it as reference. Therefore, the voltage is same across both the components. So we can take voltage as a reference phasor. We can take voltage as the reference phasor as shown in figure B. Observe this figure B. Here the voltage V as taken as the reference phasor. And as we know that the current through resistor R will be in phase with voltage, and hence IR is written in phase with V. What about IL? We know that IL is going to lag the voltage across it by 90 degree, and hence IL is perpendicular to V, and it is going to lag. It is going to lag the voltage V, which is the resultant vector. I is nothing but the resultant vector or the total current which is flowing to the circuit. It is represented as I. So I will be your resultant vector. When these two phasors IR and IL are perpendicular to each other, then the resultant vector will be given using the Pythagoras theorem. So therefore your I will be equal to square root of IR square plus IL square. This is your IR, this is your IL, and this is your resultant vector I. The resultant vector I will be equal to square root of IR square plus IL square. The same thing is represented here. The net circuit current is I. I is equal to square root of IR square plus IL square. You can observe the figure here. And both this applied the voltage V and the current, applied voltage V and the current I are having the phase difference of an angle phi, The resultant vector I is going to lag the voltage V by an angle phi, the resultant current. If you consider the individual current IR will be in phase, IL will be lagging by 90 degree. When you consider the resultant of these two currents, the resultant will be lagging by an angle phi, and this angle phi will be called as the phase angle. That will be called as the phase angle. So the net circuit current is given as I is equal to square root of IR square plus IL square. Now substitute the values of this IR and IL. You know IR, the IR which is flowing through your resistor is nothing but IR will be equal to VR by R. VR by R, and IL will be equal to V. It is, since both are same, you can consider it as VL is equal to VR. So VL by XL, or both of them you can consider it as V because both are same. So IR will be equal to voltage divided by R whole square. Square is there, you keep it as it is. Just replace your I, both the currents. IL can be replaced by V by XL. V by XL. Keep the square as it is. Now in both the terms, we can observe V square is common. So therefore remove this V square common within the square root. I have removed this V square as common. The remaining thing, if I remove V square here, the remaining part will be 1 by R whole square plus here this will be 1 by XL whole square. Therefore, the current I is equal to that V square which is there in the square root. I have taken it outside. The square root of V square is nothing but V. Therefore, I is equal to V into square root of 1 by R square plus 1 by XL square. Now take the LCM here. If you take the LCM, R square into XL square, and in the numerator you are going to get R square plus XL square, R square plus XL square. Just take the LCM here. LCM, you are going to get this portion. Now, just I have written it in a little bit different form, that's all. The common square root, what I have written, the numerator and denominator separately I have written, that's all. So I is equal to V by square root of R square into XL square. And in the numerator, you are going to get this square root of R square plus XL square. This one, take the square root here. If you take the square root of this, you are going to get this part as R into XL. V by R into XL. I have written this square root of R square plus XL square in different form. That's all. Just for that, I have taken an example here. Just observe this X. If some parameter, just for example, X is there, you can write this X as X is equal to 1 divided by 1 over X. X is equal to 1 divided by 1 over X. Then what you are going to get? The back X itself. In the same form, I have applied this to this particular term. So if I consider this whole term, that is square root of R square plus XL square as X, then I'll write it in this form. Therefore, I can write it as V by, if I take the square root of this, you are going to get this as R into XL divided by square root of R square plus XL square, just written like this. Any doubts, Jayant? You understood this?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, last ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಇದು.
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ವಾ? ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ. ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬರೆಯೋದ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಇದು ನೋಡ್ಕೋ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೋ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 1 ಓವರ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ 1 by ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಇದು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 1 by 1 over ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೋ. ಈ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಟರ್ಮ್ ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋ. ಆವಾಗ 1 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ 1 ಓವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್. ನೋಡು, ಇದು 1 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಇದು ಇಂಟು 1 ತಾನೆ, 1 by ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗ್ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ಯೋ 1 divided by 1 over ಎಕ್ಸ್, ಅದೇ ತರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತೀಯ. ಇದು ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ 1 divided by 1 by ಎಕ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಬರ್ದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. ಇದೇ ತರ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬರ್ದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬದಲು ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ನ ಇದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊ. ಅವಾಗ ಇದೇ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬರಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಈಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋ. ಐ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ವಿ. ಇದು ಹೋಲ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ನ ನಾನು ಝೆಡ್ ಇಂದ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈ ಹೋಲ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ನ ಝೆಡ್ ಇಂದ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಗ್ ಬರಿಬಹುದು? ಐ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ವಿ ಬೈ ಝೆಡ್. ಐ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ವಿ ಬೈ ಝೆಡ್. ಐ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ವಿ ಬೈ ಝೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದ. ವಿ ಬೈ ಝೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ನ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್, ಇದನ್ನ ಝೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಆವಾಗಷ್ಟೇ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಐ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ವಿ ಬೈ ಝೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ಅಥವಾ ವಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಐ ಝೆಡ್. ವಿ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಐ ಇಂಟು ಝೆಡ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಝೆಡ್? ಝೆಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಟ್ ಇಂಪಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್. ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ದಿದೀವಿ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಓವರ್ ಆಲ್ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಇಂಪಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ನ, ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಇಂಪಿಡೆನ್ಸ್, ನೆಟ್ ಇಂಪಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಝೆಡ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫೇಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಟು ಶೋ ಯು ದ ಫೇಸ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ 5. ಈ ಫೇಸ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫೇಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀನು, ದಿಸ್ ವಿ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್. The voltage, applied voltage or the voltage across R ಅಥವಾ voltage across L, ಎರಡು ಸೇಮ್. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಎರಡು ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಅಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ವಿನೇ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. if we observe this V, this I is lagging. ನೋಡೋದು ಲ್ಯಾಗ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಂಗಲ್ ಇಂದ? 5. It is lagging by an angle 5. Okay. So in a parallel RL circuit, the circuit current I lags the applied voltage by an angle 5. Lags the applied voltage by an angle 5 as seen in current phasor diagram. Okay. This I is lagging V by the angle 5 with respect to current phasor diagram, with respect to voltage as shown in your current phasor diagram. ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾಗೋದು ಫೇಸ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪವರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫೇಸ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ 5. ಈ 5 ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್. ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್. ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ 5 ಆಂಗಲ್ 5 ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನ IL ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಕ್ಕಕ್ಕಿರೋದು. ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಯುವರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ದ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ tan 5 is equal to IL by IR. IL by IR, which is equal to IL is your V by XR. V by XL divided by IR is V by R. V by R. ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನ V by XL ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೋ. ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ V by R ಇದೆ. ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ V by R ಇದೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಇದು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ R by V ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ಹೋಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ V by R ಇದೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು R ಮೇಲಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, V ಕೆಳಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ನಾನು. ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಬೈ R ಮೇಲ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, V ಕೆಳಗಡೆಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಂಟು R by V. ಅವಾಗ V ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. V by XL ಇಂಟು R by V. ಸೊ V ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. tan 5 is equal to R by XL. Tan 5 is equal to R by XL. Therefore, phase angle phi is equal to tan inverse of R by XL. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಜಯಂತ್?
Yes, ma'am.
Phase angle phi is equal to tan inverse of R by XL. Tan inverse of R by XL. Power factor. Power factor is nothing but cos phi. Cos phi is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent andreno IR. So cos phi is equal to IR by I, which is equal to IR. IR andre V by R. V by R. I andre V by Z. Net impedance. I andre V by Z, which is equal to V by R into ಇದು ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಇದೆ. ಇದನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ Z ಮೇಲ್ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ, V ಕೆಳಗಡೆನೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಂಟು Z by V. V ಎರಡು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. V by R ಇಂಟು Z by V ಇಂದಾಗ V ಗೆಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ಡ್. ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ Z by R. Hence cos phi is equal to Z by R. Cos phi is equal to Z by R. This will be your power factor. Got that no? ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ನೋಡೋಣಂತೆ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ 10 ohm resistor and 0.2 Henry inductance is connected across 100 volt 50 hertz supply. Determine impedance. Net impedance ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. ಜಯಂತ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋ. ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದು ಮೈಕ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನೋ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇಂಪಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ IL ಮತ್ತೆ IR ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. ಪವರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಫೈ. ಫೇಸ್ ಆಂಗಲ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಕಂಡಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಪವರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಹೇಗಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅಥವಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪವರ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್. ಪವರ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು? ಪವರ್ ಡಿಸಿಪೇಟೆಡ್. ಪವರ್ ಡಿಸಿಪೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಪವರ್, ಪವರ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಪವರ್. ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಪವರ್ P is equal to VI cos phi. ಈಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಡೇಟಾ ಗಿವನ್? R is equal to 10 ohm, L is equal to 0.2 Henry, V is equal to 100 volts, F is equal to 50 hertz. ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಡೇಟಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, 4 ಡೇಟಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವೇನ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು? ಇಂಪಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. ಇಂಪಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ Z. To find out Z, we require XL also. XL ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಮೆಗಾ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So first we shall find out omega. Omega is equal to 2 pi f, which is equal to 2 into pi is 3.14 into f is 50 hertz. So 50 into 2 is 100. 3.14 into 100 will be 314. Omega ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? 314 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. XL. XL is equal to 2 pi f L. 2 pi f ಅಂದ್ರೆ omega. That is omega L. XL is nothing but omega L. This is 2 pi f L, which is equal to omega andre 314, L andre 0.2 Henry. 0.2 Henry. So therefore 314 into 0.2 will be 63 ohms, because this is XL reactance, inductive reactance. This will be in ohms. ಈಗ Z ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Z is equal to, what's the formula? R XL divided by square root of R square plus XL square. R into XL divided by square root of R square plus XL square. R ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? 10 ohms ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. XL ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು? 63 ohms ಬಂದಿದೆ. Divided by R is 10 square plus 63 square. 63 into 10 andre 630 divided by square root of 10 square plus 63 square will turn out to be 63.7. So 630 divided by 63.7 will come to around 9.89 ohms. This will be around 9.89 ohms. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೆಟ್ ಇಂಪಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ 9.89 ohms ಇದೆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಈಗ ನೆಟ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಯೋಣ. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಗೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವಾಗ ಐ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿರಿ. I is equal to V by Z. I is equal to V by Z. V100 V100 ಇದೆ. V100 ಇದೆ. Z 9.89 ಇದೆ. So 100 by 9.89. I is equal to 10.11 ampere. ಅವಾಗ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಕರೆಂಟು 10.11 ಆಂಪಿಯರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. IR ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿರಿ. IR is equal to V by R. V ಎಷ್ಟು? 100 ಇದೆ. R ಎಷ್ಟು? 10 ಇದೆ. So therefore 100 divided by 10 will be 10 ampere. IL. IL is equal to V by XL. V is 100 volts. XL is 63 ohms. So 100 by 63 is equal to 1.59 ampere. Individual components ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ನ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿದ್ವಿ. Any doubts, Jayant? Are you getting? Jayant? Okay.
Ma'am.
Getting no?
Yes ma'am, ಬರ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದೀನಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ.
ಬರಿತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಓಕೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಪ್ಪ?
Yes ma'am.
Okay. Cos phi. Cos phi is nothing but the power factor. Power factor is equal to Z by R. Power factor cos phi is given as Z by R. The value of Z is 9.89 and the value of R is 10. Therefore, cos phi is equal to 0.989. Idu power factor. Power factor will be this thing, 0.989. Then you should find out the phase angle. Phase angle phi is equal to tan inverse of R by XL. Tan inverse of R by XL. So tan inverse of R ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆಯಪ್ಪ 10 ಇದೆ, XL 63 ಇದೆ. So 10 by 63. This turns out to be 0.159. Phi is equal to 9.03 degrees ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Phase angle phi is equal to 9.03 degrees. Okay, phase angle ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Power P.
Yes, ma'am.
Power P ಏನು? This is consumed power ಅಥವಾ
VI
active.
cos
VI into cos phi. VI
Phi.
into cos phi. V ಎಷ್ಟು 100 volts ಇದೆ. I
100
ಎಷ್ಟು
volts ಇದೆ.
10.11. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. 10.11 ಅಲ್ಲ 11.
11.
ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ 11 ಅಂತ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗದು 11. 10.11 into 5 cos phi. Cos phi is 0.989. This total thing will turn out to be 999.879 watts, or approximately ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು greater than 0.8 ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, so you can take this one, increase it. This will be your 1000 watts. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಜಯಂತ್? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Jayant. I'll continue in the next session.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, ಇದು